believes that he is less evil than these powers who have set one set of standards for themselves and another for the rest of mankind, especially Africans. Fellow Gambians, I am sure you will agree with me that national pride and independence are meaningless without one's ability to rely on and feed oneself. Therefore, as we celebrate this independence anniversary, let us take this solemn and sacred responsibility to grow what we eat and eat what we grow. For a country to be highly developed, secure, peaceful, stable, and independent, it must be a very healthy country. We cannot assure a healthy Gambia as long as we do not grow what we eat and eat what we grow. In fact, eating what we do not grow, which means eating what we do not know, is detrimental to the attainment of a healthy nation and, by extension, a wealthy nation. Eating what we do not grow or know is responsible for the strange health problems that are encountered in today's Gambia. Our traditional Gambian dishes of foods are being replaced by unhealthy and, for most Muslims, haram junk food being imported into this country. This dangerous trend must end, and I am determined to end importation of basic food items by 2016 without fail, by the grace and might of the Almighty Allah. Fellow Gambians, friends of our dear motherland, and non-Gambians, let me take this opportunity to also remind you all about the importance of a clean environment in the maintenance of perfect health and sustainable development. Allah has endowed us with all that we need to ensure healthy lives, but it is our responsibility to ensure a clean and conducive environment that ensures and guarantees good health to all of us, as taught in our national anthem. We strive and work and pray that all may live in unity, freedom, and peace each day. Unquote. Therefore, let justice and the fear of Allah guide our actions towards our common good. This means that our attitude towards our environment, our homes and neighbors, our public institutions like markets, hospitals, schools, NAVEC, GAMTEL, our flora and fauna, etc., must be taken care of because they determine our common good. Our hospitals, roads, public infrastructure, all determine our common good. If we destroy roads, create potholes, we are endangering life, and we don't know who will fall victim to a nasty accident. As an example. Therefore, as we approach our 50th independence anniversary in 2015, let us for once forget I-ism and opt for we-ism. Instead of thinking about myself, I should think about all of us. That is what I mean by forgetting I-ism and opt for we-ism. The philosophy of I-ism can only lead to greed, selfishness, and division. The philosophy of we-ism can only lead to unity, virtuousness, and to Allah the Almighty. A typical example of this in our religion is the high premium that the Almighty Allah has placed on congregational prayers as opposed to individual prayers. The environment is inextricably linked to our survival and culture. Therefore, we must not only preserve our natural heritage, but also study it and document it for posterity. My government will continue to support research on our cultural heritage and also encourage Gambians to make good use of our natural resources for the benefit of everyone. In this vein, I am pleased to inform you that henceforth, January 17th will be celebrated as National Natural Medicines Day. This day will be set aside to appreciate, celebrate, and also embrace our indigenous ways of medical treatment. While celebrating this day for the glories of our rich past, it should also be a moment for further reflection, thought, and research for the improvement of our indigenous knowledge of natural remedies for their adaptation in a dynamic and increasingly materialistic commercial world. Fellow Gambians, friends of the Gambia, on the international front, the Gambia will continue to pursue a foreign policy based on equality and genuine friendship with the rest of the world. Such friendship must be anchored on mutual respect and the inviolability of our sovereignty and independence. We are not against any country or race, but we demand absolute respect for our religious values from all nations, regardless of size, race, wealth, or ideology. In interacting with the rest of the world, we shall continue to jealously guard our independence and sovereignty. We do not and shall never interfere with the domestic politics of any nation, and therefore we will not tolerate interference in our domestic affairs under any guise. Our Islamic faith is precious, and we shall guard and preserve it by all means necessary. While we wish to maintain peaceful relations with all countries near and far, we will never accept any ungodly, satanic, and anti-human behavior as a way of life or a human right. Homosexuality will never be tolerated, and in fact will attract the ultimate penalty, since it is intended to bring humanity to an inglorious extinction. We will fight this vermin called homosexuals or gays the same way we are fighting malaria-causing mosquitoes, if not even more aggressively. We will therefore not accept any friendship, aid, or any other gesture that is conditional on accepting homosexuals or LGBT, as they are now baptized by the powers that promote them. As far as I am concerned, LGBT can only stand for leprosy, gonorrhea, bacteria, and tuberculosis, all of which are detrimental to human existence. Let me also make it very clear that the Gambia will not spare any homosexual, and therefore no diplomatic immunity would be respected for any diplomat who is found guilty or accused of being a homosexual. We will also not accept diplomats that are homosexuals. Fellow Gambians, friends of the Gambia, in the same vein, our natural resources are ours, and we will only exploit them to the utmost benefit of our country and nothing else. We will always be in the driving seat of any extractive activity, and any outside involvement would be based on our terms and nobody else's. This means that we will work with other countries and entities based on a win-win situation for both sides. Our emphasis will be joint state-to-state ventures with our true friends and strategic allies. No amount of blackmail, smear campaign, or bullying tactics would make me deviate from this position and allow those marauding locusts to loot our natural resources to our own detriment. With the Almighty Allah's guidance and protection, our mineral